This is the wood where you get what, Raven? Girl, woman, fellow, person?
Wood, it's so good.
That's what you have. She does have a sexy voice, doesn't she? She got a sexy voice.
Hey.
It's pretty. It's a pretty voice. Unlike John Morgan's voice, who's also...
I don't think I got a really seductive voice and everything.
Well, if Urkel and Bon Jovi... I don't know why I said Bon Jovi. Anyway, because Bon Jovi can sing. Anyway,
my voice is too deep to be an Urkel voice.
I like John C. Well, not according to Shabisky. I'm he. Dirt's here with his curly hair.
That's a matter of opinion.
Ray's, well, I said Ray's here. What's this other guy's name?
I don't know.
Hybrid.
Well, anyway, he's from South Africa.
I'm from South Africa.
South Africa. It's
South African.
It is
Afrikaan.
the calibrated unit needs testing guy. It's a fucking stupid name.
It is, isn't it?
Name.
Stupid.
I just wanted to get away with seeing 4 letters.
Okay, we're going to jump right into this. We talked about this the other night, but we got the whole Trump thing. Come find out, it was the FBI had an informant in Trump's party, in Trump's whole cabinet, and they apparently told the FBI where the files was and everything that he took and where he kept it in the house and everything.
Wait, so if the informant was in the cabinet, then why wasn't this stuff leaked earlier? Like, why is it being leaked now?
Well, he probably didn't come performance afterwards, John.
What did Trump just recently do that got...
Plead the fifth.
No. It was before.
Oh, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about he pleaded the fifth.
He understands why now, though. He now understands why someone might plead the fifth.
Well, exactly, because that was the whole thing he bitched about Hillary and all them pleading the fifth. That's all he bitched about.
What was the ball? What was the little nudge on the ball that got it rolling down the hill? And I'll tell you what it was. Him coming out publicly for the first time and saying, I might run in 2024 in front of TV cameras and shit, and everyone on the right went, everyone on the right that's a Trump fan. There's not every conservative's a Trump fan. There's like
no, they're not. The real conservatives aren't Trump fans.
Yeah, there's many people actually going no, and they're and some of them are in a fight for their political lives now because Trump is going after them.
Oh, still Republicans don't like Trump.
Yeah, Cheney's in trouble, and Trump's,
you know who's going to run? Actually, you know who is going to run though, because he was talking the other day, and he sounded like he was about Pence.
Oh God,
Pence.
He gave a speech. He gave a speech that day, and it showed the fuck sounded like a speech. He was, like that's what everybody was saying. Like this sounds like he's about to run.
I don't think he'd win if he ran.
I'd like to see Romney go. Young Earth creationists make me nervous, and I'll leave it at that.
Pence. I don't want Pence to be president.
He's terrifying.
I'd rather Romney.
And here's why he's terrifying, Red, is because, he has got all that fucking real religious bullshit, but he's also way smarter than Trump.
Yep. And
he looks like a supervillain.
Business as usual. He knows how to talk like a politician.
He knows how to be a politician.
No, but the thing is, when he went against Trump, I don't know, Trump kind of ruined any chances he has of running for president because all the Trump fanboys will.
No, I don't think so. But what I do think, and I agree, if and I hate to say this because I don't like him either, but I agree with Red. If we had to have a Republican president, Romney's probably the best choice.
Now, here's why I think that. Let's look back at the last 4 years of someone's presidency, right, and go, and then think back to when Romney was doing shit and he was in the spotlight. What did he do that was even 1% as bad as the least worst thing Donald Trump has done? Like, Romney, he's a conservative, but he's an American fucking patriot, right? And when it comes to the crunch, that's he's
I may
gonna...
not agree with. I don't agree with most of his.
No, I'm not saying you have to agree, but
yeah,
he's
but
at least he's a fucking American, and he believes in the Constitution and the flag and the screaming eagle. It's like he's into all that shit.
And I don't want that dipshit down in Florida to win either.
And if you're into Obamacare, it's based off a Mitt Romney plan. Just saying.
Look, you don't want to put anyone.
Obamacare, you're exactly right. Obamacare is based off of a Romney plan. It sure is.
Yep. Now listen, don't vote for the guy in Florida. Any state that bans truck nuts is not a good fucking state, and their leadership is questionable. And I'm going to leave it at that. What's wrong with truck nuts?
Is that his name?
What's wrong with truck nuts?
I just call him Mr. Stand Your Ground. That'll do me.
Yeah,
that's what I recognize that state for.
He thought he said something. He thought he said something awesome the other day, and all the fucking idiots came out and was tweeting it and TikToking and YouTubing it when he said, we hope, we wish the best of Mr. Biden and hope he gets over COVID, and then we also hope America gets over Biden soon. And I was like, oh God. Which I don't personally, do I think Biden's a great president? No, but he did something awesome, and that was beat Trump.
Yeah. Here's one possibility for 2024, and this would make me just giggle. I wouldn't give a shit one way or the other. It just make me laugh. If Trump keeps going down this road, there is a possibility. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is going to happen. There's a possibility that the Republican Party will fucking fragment again. Now, remember when the Libertarians sort of broke off from the Republicans and their vote went down. If they do this again, it's quite possible that they won't fucking win a majority anywhere for a while if they keep fragmenting their voter base and fragmenting off into new little subsects of like, you got your Libertarians now. It's like, sign a contract for everything and fucking blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the fuck up. Go over there and sit your corner. Don't want to talk to you.
The scary thing to me, and I think, and I want everybody to chime in on this if you agree or disagree or whatever. So the scary thing is that a lot of the Republican Party, the ones that, because look here, you've heard me say this 100 times, Red. I'm not against the Republican Party, I'm against the Trump Party. But the thing about it is, though, a lot of the Republicans have sold out to Trump, and he's got a hell of a following. Look what happened the other day when they fucking raided his house, right? People fucking flew to Florida to fucking stand on the street.
God.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's. Well, you're talking about like I think half of like the Republicans are like the Trump sycophants, but I know so many Republicans that they'll go out of their way to engage in this black and white thinking where they're like, "Well, I didn't like Trump, I didn't prefer him." But, and then they'll go out of their way to defend whatever he does because he happens to be the Republican in office.
Yeah, well, and they're scared of the part. They're scared of his following because he has such a large following. But it was proven that there is a bigger following against him, but the lazy motherfuckers have got to vote, right? And that's what happened this time. Luckily, they had the mail-in votes and people voted. It's historically known, if you know anything about American politics, that Republicans will stand out in the rain to fucking vote, and Democrats won't.
See, I have a question that I just realized. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about all this craziness because we've had fringes before. Yeah. Is there overlap between like Tea Party people and Trump people? Because it was like the Tea Party kind of died out, and then the Trump shit seemed to replace it.
But the Trumpsters are worse than Tea Party, though.
Yeah, and the Tea Party made up a very small percentage of like the overall population.
That was a weak movement. The Tea Party movement was really weak.
But I feel like they were crazy too. Like in this.
Oh, they were nuts. They were
crazy. But there's only like 1% of people who were like part of the
there wasn't a large following like it is with the Trump people. I mean, the Trump.
Yeah, but before he got elected, there were like very few people who were copping to liking him too. So, like I said, I wonder how much of the support that kept around.
Well, it's a good question.
Overlaps.
The weird thing about all this is a lot of the people who do actually follow Trump say people who have no relatable, whatever I'm trying to say, to Trump, like really poor people.
They identify with what, the roots he claims. They want to think of him as like the everyday New Yorker guy.
And he's not.
Yeah,
No,
and it
he's
goes
not.
well. It goes
Not
back
only
to
that.
the average American sees themselves as like a disenfranchised like millionaire.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people who probably aren't that bright, they like to conform to the blank slate fallacy of like you can hold everyone to the same standards. So if somebody is poor, it's because they're just stupid and not trying hard enough. And a lot of people, when they're in a situation where they're poor, it's like, well, when they're poor, it's because it's the fault of other people, and it's not because of any choices they make. But when other people are poor, it's because they're just lazy. So it's that kind of attribution bias.
And not only that, John, I read on Facebook that Donald Trump is going to kill all the PDF files vampires in office.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Speaking of,
The
by the way,
vampire party?
speaking of
The
Facebook,
vampire PDF files.
speaking of Facebook, did you hear what happened on Facebook this morning?
No.
No.
Mr. Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue, said, "Hell, I'm just on Instagram and Facebook. I'm just gonna post a picture of me and my big old giant dick."
Oh.
It was bound to happen eventually, right?
Well, we
He
got
did
it.
it.
Why not?
It stayed on Instagram for 5 hours before they took it down. And now that picture's every fucking where, dude. It's like crazy. It's trending.
Okay.
It's,
Tommy Lee must be broke or bored shitless.
and he was
There you
sitting
go.
in the bathtub, and then he dug out a hole going down. He got a hole going.
Bathtub.
Well, there was a reason Pamela Anderson Lee hung around him and was riding that because she was riding that big old dick for a while.
Yeah.
Now-
Well,
now-
you know, and
now they
that's with
listen
a
to-
young chick that used to be all famous on Vine.
Yeah, go and listen to Pamela Anderson Lee now, and it's just like, what happened to you? It's just like, well, I think pornography's bad. It's like, what the fuck? Aren't you the
You're the
lady that
reason.
blew the dude from Motley Crue?
At one
And
time,
then-
you know who she was with before she was with Tommy Lee though? Another big dick rocker by the name of Brett Michaels from Pro Poison.
Yeah, poison, fucking I, dude.
Yeah. He got a big dick too.
Yeah, she was.
She liked big dicks apparently because then she
Well,
was a kid
you
rocker.
know.
Apparently has a big dick also.
She
I
liked
imagine
it.
that pussy. I imagine that pussy like 40 blankets in the air.
Yeah, Kegels.
And boy,
I hope.
she done. And
Lots of
by the way,
kegels?
at one time, Pamela Anderson was a bad bitch, but she done rough now. She was like a baseball glove.
Yeah, look, her early photos, like before all of the surgeries,
Yeah, she was.
he was smoking hot. Now,
Oh, she was sharp, boy. She was a
Oh.
sharp chick. She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
She's
her early
absolutely
shit.
gorgeous.
You can see her get turned into a Barbie doll gradually over the Baywatch
Yeah.
fucking lifespan. It's like first season, it's like she's hot. Second season, it's like she's had a bit of surgery and she's had some work done on her face now. And by the end of it, she's like looking like a Barbie doll. It's just like with no expression on her face whatsoever because all the Botox has basically paralyzed the muscles in her face. It's like
Hey,
your
Gage.
face is now in stasis thanks to fucking. What the
I
fuck's
see.
that shit made out of? I forget.
Hey, Gage, I need to get a hold of you in the next couple of weeks because I may be in Georgia in October for something. So, yeah. Anyways.
But Gage, I haven't seen him in the chat on my streams. Gage doesn't love me anymore.
Mickey, I'd say it's been normalised for years. That's how Kim Kardashian got famous. She fucked a footballer, if I do remember. That was the first time anyone ever heard of her, was watching her getting her fucking ass pounded by a big football player.
because her father and OJ aren't the Kardashians the same Kardashians that
Yes.
represent
Yeah,
OJ? And that,
Yeah,
that's-
their father was a lawyer for.
like,
yeah, but
nobody
no one
would care
heard
to
of
shoot
Kim.
the sex tape if it wasn't his daughter.
Yeah, but the point is she only got to where she got because of that sex tape, or else no one would have given a fucking shit about Kim Kardashian forever.
It was a perfect storm. She had the right daddy, then she had the sex tape, and then Kanye dressed her.
And
Well, the
apparently
sex
she
tape
just,
was what got her famous, and then that's
You know-
what got her access to Kanye and the rest of the dudes that she was
Well, yeah.
smashing.
There's a rumor that she's back with Kanye. She left Pete Davidson. If she went back to Kanye, I'll never defend that bitch. Because I actually defended that bitch at one point. Kanye was acting like a stalker.
Well, she married him, I'm sure, knowing that he had issues. So maybe
He's got
she
mental
doesn't want for that.
Yeah, he's got
Oh, he's fucking loco, dude.
Oh yeah, he's a lunatic.
But that's fine. Like, just met him up and let him make music and let him talk to President Trump. That makes him happy. It's like that. Good. All right. He's just doing what he's doing, and that's cool. But
I'd vote for Kanye over Trump any day.
I wouldn't vote for either of them. I'd find
I think-
another country to live in.
To be fair, if it was Kanye v. Trump, you'd get my ass in the booth. I'd cast my vote for Kanye.
I think Kanye is more of a clinical narcissist than Trump. I think he'd be more self-aggrandizing and actually be like, yeah, I want the people to care about me.
Nah, if that happened, I'm either going to Canada or Las Tejas fucking gun range and fucking nightclub south of the border. It's like, I ain't staying in America. Kanye's right. Idiocracy is real. If that happens, you will water your crops with Gatorade, and you will all be fucked.
Thing about Donald Trump.
Hey, it was
Well,
what
that
is it? It
kind
was
of
Powerade,
sorta-
Red Eye. It wasn't Gatorade.
Hey, shut up! I'm trying to get a sponsorship from Gatorade. All right.
Yeah,
You
me
just
too.
blew the deal, John. Damn it.
John,
Damn it.
I actually messaged Oscar Mayer today. I'm trying to get a sponsor thing with them.
Do a
That's
commercial.
Demolition Man.
Did you send them the link to the video?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Look.
you're not going to get a sponsorship. You look like a crazy man with a wiener in his mouth replying to a
Oh no,
capybara.
not that video. Not that video. Not that. They actually, Oscar Mayer actually fucking duetted one of my videos. See, that's the reason I messaged.
Imagine if your pitch for getting the sponsorship from Oscar was you just sent him that video with you and the fucking beaver walking along, and then it's just you with the fucking wiener and the cookies going. Sponsor me. It's like, whoa.
You need to do a
We-
parody of like the Demolition Man film where like you do a sing along to the Oscar Mayer Wiener song with a bunch of people on a road trip.
Oh,
How
Jesus
about
Christ.
I don't do that?
Yeah, let's not.
Here's a better idea. Also reach out to Discovery Channel, and you can, like, once a year cash out on a Shark Week show.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
should.
Dude,
Because
here's
them
an interesting
motherfuckers are
thing.
using my voice.
No, here's the thing about that Baby Shark thing. Recently, someone went, I'm going to sue you over using a version. You can't copyright the original version of Baby Shark because it's basically a nursery rhyme passed down via oral tradition in this certain place. And the judge recently went, you can't copyright that shit. You can write your own words to Baby Shark, and then you can copyright that version. But if you can sing the original one, if you can find, and no one can sue you because it's like it's uncopyrightable, and a judge has found that was a decision in court, which I found quite interesting.
So it'd be like trying to copyright Mary Had a Little Lamb.
You'll find that that's probably got a copyright on it, or depending on its age.
Happy birthday.
Dude, wait. So Mary Had a Little Lamb isn't sacred, but Baby Shark is?
Because of the way it was passed down via orally, it was traditionally sort of a thing that's been there for apparently a very long time. So, and they'd make up the words, and apparently the original song's just about someone getting eaten by a shark, and it's quite, got my arm ripped off, no, now I'm gonna bleed to death, no, whatever.
I mean, that's
song
great
is.
because I like it because babies have no idea what the hell you're saying. This sounds happy. Dude.
But you know, a lot of nursery
That's
rhymes and
like
stuff
the-
are wicked. The Rockabye Baby shit, that shit's wicked as hell.
Yeah, when the bell breaks, cradle will fall. There will come baby screaming with.
Nigga, why is the baby in the fucking tree?
Well, that's like the Ring Around the Rosie song.
Wow.
It's about the bubonic plague, and that's like
Bad parenting.
that's like a Barney the Dinosaur Kid song. Ring Around the
Mate,
Rosie.
Maybe they were keeping the kids safe from dingoes. Maybe they saw what happened in Australia. Whoa!
The
let's
dingo
put the
ain't
kid
my
up-
baby.
Yeah, we put
Oh,
the kid up in
boy.
the tree. The dingoes can't climb trees. Baby
No, but they
safe.
copyrighted Happy Birthday. So, like, all the restaurants have their own kind of little song they do to people when they have their birthday because of that.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for the longest time, Happy Birthday was copyrighted, and you couldn't sing that shit without paying. You had to get royalties if they got wind of you using it. They'd fucking go after you. And so for
It
years,
still is copyrighted, I think.
no, that recently got. I think there was a decision where that got changed, and it's come out of that, so people can sing it now without fear of me having their fucking arse suit off. Or maybe, if I'm wrong, someone will chat will soon go, "Hey, no, that's still copyrighted. You're wrong, Red Eye. Fuck off."
Well, I know
I
just a few years
okay
ago, a bunch of restaurants like Chili's and stuff had to like incorporate their own little like birthday jingle because people were getting in trouble singing "Happy Birthday" to people. Yeah.
They were doing that in the 80s and 90s, definitely. I think. Oh, I'll do a quick Google search and see what the status of that is. Give me a minute.
Gage says, "What if a baby ate your dingo?"
I have one less baby.
They are vicious.
Yeah, babies are pretty vicious. Yeah.
Yes.
Probably provoked the dingo.
Well, the baby would probably have to be like, it'd be a big baby.
The baby.
Hmm.
I just still cannot find a rapper to be hard and call himself a fucking baby.
If he pumps up a baby.
No, his name is what?
That's what I heard you say. It pumps up a baby.
That's an awesome rap name. I like it.
You think the baby is
What?
awesome?
No.
The baby?
No, what? The way you said it, though.
Oh, what? Oh,
Okay, 2015, federal judge George H. King ruled that Warner Chappell's copyright claim over the lyrics was invalid. They own the copyright to the piano score, I do believe, and they never held a copyright to the lyrics, so the court was able to grant a summary judgment to the plaintiffs, thus resolving the case. So some initial news sources characterized the decision as ruling the song was in the public domain. The decision did not go that far, holding only Warner Chappell did not approve. They did not prove that they own the copyright. So apparently now you can sing it in public.
That's good to know.
no,
Why do they got to make things so complicated with copyright and everything? I mean,
Oh my God. Hold on. Listen to this bit. So during the March 6, 2014 episode of the Comedy Central series, The Colbert Report, Stephen Colbert attempted to sing the song in honor of the 90th anniversary of its 1924 publication, but was prevented due to the copyright issues. Colbert instead premiered his new royalty-free birthday song, which turns out to be a parody of the United States national anthem, and ends with the stanza, "Warner Music can't sue me," and the home of the brave. So there you go. Warner Brothers cannot sue me.
You remember back in a few years ago when them fuckers tried to copyright reactions or whatever? on
Oh,
YouTube?
the Fine
Yeah.
Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were the kids react to.
Where are they now? Who cares?
We are the owners of reaction content. That was our idea. That was their whole claim.
And I like how when they were
No.
responding to all the criticism, like they're like rolling their eyes, like, "Oh my god, we really have to explain this to you guys." It's like, oh boy.
Dude, that shit,
Yeah,
there was examples of that on TV from the 1960s. Those guys can fuck right off.
I
Well,
mean,
it's like,
they
what
never
about
heard
kids
of
react?
America's Funniest Videos?
Right?
Yeah.
No, but what about like their thing is kids react? What about kids say that earnest things? And I think kids say that earnest things was based off of an even earlier show.
And even on YouTube, didn't Ray William Johnson do it before they did?
There you go.
Yeah.
There's like
prime
Mystery
example.
Science Theater. But no, there was a YouTube channel where it was like seniors react, in which have older people react to new technology. And it's like identical to like their like old people react videos.
Yeah.
So
they did nothing new. That was
That'd be like
It's one thing if
pranksters.
Well, it's one thing if they attempted to do that and they did their homework, but it's like you could tell that they did no research at all before they tried to do something so stingy, and then it's just that's a good example.
Like that chick in Baltimore, right? The one that tried to copyright Hun?
Yep.
oh yeah, that ended
That
up
was
didn't it?
crazy. Oh no, I didn't go well enough for her.
I
at
actually
all.
know the owner of that
Mhm.
restaurant, and she is kind of a fucking narcissist and of Hamden Hun. And we had the Hun Fest in Baltimore and everything. So people were pissed off at her when she did
She
that.
was beloved for a long time, right? And then she tried to copyright, because in Baltimore, everybody says Hun, that's a big thing there. They say Hun.
Yeah, Hun.
Yeah, and it's a big thing. And then she literally tried to copyright that fucking word. And did.
And when I was in college, I actually applied to work at the restaurant that she has. But I got a job offer somewhere else. So I didn't pick it up. But I almost worked at her place. And they make all the women work there. They all wear these big hairdos. They call them the Hundu.
I watched a documentary about that. That's how I know all about it. I watched a documentary, and it was a good documentary.
Yeah. More people need to know about Baltimore.
Baltimore's an interesting city. It really is. It really is.
I live here. That's why.
Well, no, just that. I mean, a lot of people really don't know about certain cities in America. Really know what's going on, like history, whatever. It's like people don't know that. I mean, Baltimore will most likely never have a Republican mayor.
Well, Maryland, we have a Republican governor, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just Baltimore alone, or the city.
Yeah.
It's one of the most liberal cities in the world, right? I mean,
yeah, and the mayors do kind of suck. Like, the current mayor is only a few years older than me, and it's like I have a higher level of education than he does.
Well, that doesn't really necessarily mean that you would be a better person for the job.
Trying to be a way.
No, not necessarily, but I don't think I'm cut to be mayor. But it's just, it's like when you think of somebody as mayor, you think of somebody who's probably really high up there when it comes to education or whatever.
Not really. I don't really think that.
Yeah.
I don't really think that, though. I think
we live in the South, didn't we?
Yeah, but most politicians aren't really smart, though. Most politicians are people smart.
You just hold on a second there. Now, I remember there's a certain place just north of America where there may have been a city that had a goddamn meth head for mayor, and he was the best fucking mayor they ever had.
That's Canada.
Maybe not the best, but he was a meth head.
Yeah, Rob Ford.
Yeah, yep.
Rob Ford was cool. He wasn't pussy on that.
He was good at meth. I saw some videos of him hitting that crack pipe. He was a professional.
Oh, wait a minute. I got something to announce. I just got my first cameo request.
Nice.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. That's great. I'm cheap. By the way, I'm a cheap hoe. But,
You should make it.
But actually,
right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but this is interesting, Red. You'll like this because you like stuff like that. It's interesting when you join Cameo, you kind of get an agent from a Cameo agent. He walks you through all the steps. He was texting me and walking me through all the steps and telling me he made a little picture thing for me and everything. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, but anyways, I got my first request. I'm a celebrity, goddammit. Anyways.
You need to advertise my stuff on your stream, Pen.
Dirt's proud for me.
Twitch streamer. Nobody knows who I am. I've only got 30
Actually, I will say this. Dirt is one of the ones that was actually supporting from the get-go. When I had a shit, he'd go on TikTok and he'd watch it. He was one of the... And Timmy, I got to give Timmy his credit, too. That's right.
Not me, though. I haven't even been to TikTok. I'm a piece of shit.
You're not a good friend at all.
No, I'm a horrible friend. I'm still your friend, just a really bad one.
He's talking about Red Eye, not me. Good.
You're not his friend, John.
You never was my friend.
Damn.
You left the door wide open for that one, John. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, Pen.
Got him. Fucking nailed it. Yeah. Did you feel that, John? Did you feel it?
No, but Mickey Richards keeps talking shit about Baltimore. He was in my Discord the other day talking about Baltimore being a hellhole.
Is it not?
Well,
John, what is the senseless nationalist pride you have for Baltimore, John?
I don't know.
Have you had this aspect of your psyche evaluated, John? Why do you give such a fuck about Baltimore?
Because I live here.
God, it's just where you're from, John. It's not that big a deal.
Got a question for chat. So, What would you rather destroy? Would you rather destroy Gary, Indiana, or Baltimore's? Type 1 for Gary, Indiana. Type 2.
Oh, definitely Gary, Indiana.
I mean, well,
Baltimore's
John
a
Morgan doesn't
pretty
live in
city.
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, but
Jesus,
Baltimore's
Gary,
a-
look at you encouraging all
But
this GP.
Baltimore is actually a nice looking
Yeah.
city, though. Gary's a fucking trash garbage town.
And it's a nice working city because I work in like their like.
The first
civil
thing you
engineering
notice when you go into Baltimore is that big ass domino building. It's a sugar company. Domino Sugar. That motherfucker huge. Ain't it, John?
Yeah. The other day, like Dirt and I were doing a stream playing multiverses, and that Origin dude was there, and we were talking about Baltimore and its seafood, and he's like, I don't see how like Maryland would have good seafood or whatever.
It's right on the goddamn ocean.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking
That's
about?
right.
And he's like, isn't Maryland a landlocked state?
What?
I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, I'm like, look up a map of Maryland, even if it wasn't landlocked. He's like, I can't think of any like notable bodies of water near Maryland. And I'm like,
Chesapeake Bay?
do you know about the
The
Chesapeake
Atlantic
Bay?
The
Moron.
whole Atlantic Ocean is right there.
You look at a map of Maryland, and it looks like Maryland has a mouth. If you personify the state, it's like that big mouthpiece of Maryland is the
Like a big
Chesapeake Bay.
swamp.
Yeah.
That's weird. And they're known for they're known for the crab around there.
That's
Yeah,
the best
even-
crab cakes in the States.
Hi from
geography
Australia. Hi from Australia. Even I know that if you want some decent seafood, Maryland's one of the states.
Maryland, not
You can get it?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Say it right.
I'll go
But
straight.
now,
to
wait,
Maryland
let's get
and
right to the
Wisconsin.
best crabbing is in Alaska, John. Let's get that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shut
Alaska king crabs, and then you got
I said
all
crab
the southern
cakes.
states. They're pretty good for seafood as well. Louisiana and all those places, you get some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Gulf
the
Coast.
Gulf Coast, Mississippi's got really good seafood. Yeah.
Yeah, but them crab cakes though.
Yeah, and when I went to New
I don't
York,
really care for crab cakes, though. That's to be honest with you.
Oh,
Maryland.
Dude, good crab cake. Woo.
That's where it's at, Maryland.
I'm in
When I went to
barbecue
New-
country. I'm in real food country, okay?
Oh,
when I went to New York recently,
Are
like
you
a
going
bunch
to
of the
tell me crab
restaurants.
cakes is better than pulled pork barbecue?
no, I'm going to make a general reference about fresh seafood. If you grew up in a place where it's got like good fucking reef fish and stuff, like coral trout is a fucking delicacy, dude. I'm telling you. It's like fresh coral trout is like,
But you know, raisins an idiot.
She's an emu.
An idiot. And what the
Oh,
fuck
oh.
is wrong with you?
I have issues with hearing.
The reason I think Raisin's an idiot, she's the only person I know that doesn't like Southern food. It's so fucking weird.
Why are you
Wow,
being
you
a
don't like
ableist
no
pimp?
sausage
My,
and white gravy raisins?
Why
You
do
want
I
no
have to
sausage
like
and white gravy?
more than crab cakes? That's all they have in fucking North Carolina. I spent 5 years surrounded by by pulled pork and biscuits.
It's good eating, though. Goddamn, that's delicious.
Fuck,
Seafood
man,
is
they
better,
don't
though.
have- They don't
Maybe
even
maybe
have
some chicken and dumplings.
damn restaurants. You're like out for breakfast.
No, now South Carolina's got really good seafood.
Seafood, sure. I mean, you're on the coast.
Yeah.
Any town on the like any coastal town.
And that's a southern state, girl. Mississippi's got it. Certain parts of Mississippi's known for seafood, like in the Gulf Coast, right? Like Brett I mentioned earlier.
What about
It's just-
Florida?
Yeah, look, when I was over, like
Florida got really good seafood.
they had really good shrimp, cheesy shrimp and grits. That shit was good down in North Carolina.
I like cheese grits. I do. Yeah, I like cheese.
I could never get into the grits, man.
Shrimp.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Nah,
Grits
I
is good.
couldn't
I
do
love
it.
grits now. I love me some
Dude.
grits.
That's
No.
just it's gritty paste. What you
No,
mean?
that's because you're northern, and up here, these motherfuckers make instant grits, and they're nasty. You gotta get them slow cooked grits down south.
Hominy grit. You gotta get slow hominy grit. Hominy grit.
I didn't like grits. I thought I didn't like grits
Oh,
either.
me
And then I
too.
went down south. They don't use instant grits down there.
No, we know how to cook them down here.
Yeah, and it's good.
And see, the thing about the Southern food, and we all get tickled. Like 'cause when people start talking about like people Northern or something talk about soul food, they always talk about the black folk, right? And down here, everybody laughs. Even the black folks like, because that's just everybody eats like that down here. It isn't just black people that eat like that. Hell, I grew up on soul food. That's all we eat.
Racist, Pim.
What?
Because
How
if you
is
just
that?
talk about race at all, it's automatically racist.
Yeah. How can you just
I would
assume
still
what you're
say
eating
down
is soul
south.
food?
I would not be eating white people's collards down south.
Let me tell you something.
Nah.
Dirt. I mean, not Dirt, but John Morgan. Black people got sense of humor. The other day, there was a black dude in TikTok saying,
That's
why
racist,
does all white people put their hot sauce in refrigerators? And my reaction was, we're trying to hide it from the black folks.
I got
And
Pimp.
a lot, but you're all the black people.
I can't associate with Pimp anymore because of his bigotry.
You're an idiot.
Damn, and now you're being ableist. The term idiot is an ableist term. It's associated with like people who are clinically retarded.
Quit being clinically retarded.
Yeah, John. Dial back your retardism.
Pimps all the is. Racist,
By the way,
ableist,
I don't
sexist.
really think race and dirt is an idiot. I've called 3 people an idiot on the cat. On the set. I don't think race and dirt are idiots.
Damn, why are you so abusive, Pimp?
What are you talking about?
Can be.
I like it.
Oh,
I don't.
and keep confusing me.
Anyway,
Going back and
okay.
forth.
This is an emotional roller coaster for me.
Yes.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm gonna follow it.
So, anyways, any motherfucking ways. I've lost my train of thought like completely.
I want to address chat for a second. I have actually gone to Baltimore and really enjoyed my trip to the Inner Harbor. The Inner Harbor is a beautiful place. If you're go to the Inner Harbor.
I like what he said, though. I can't think of anyone driving into Baltimore and thinking, wow, this is nice.
The Inner Harbor is beautiful, and they have and a really, really, really nice aquarium. I highly recommend the Inner Harbor.
Damn, look
I've
at
never
Mickey
been to
Richards.
Baltimore.
Camping on the Chesapeake, there's a Elk Neck State Park. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's not in Baltimore though. But the
Well,
Inner Harbor,
Baltimore is kind of a weird city because it's like a lot of other cities. It's more consistent when it comes to what the good areas are and bad areas are. Baltimore, it's like one street will be really nice, and then the next street over is full of crime, and then the street next to that is a pretty decent, affluent state.
well, that's
or
Philly's
street.
like that too. Philly, you have lawyers in businesses on one street. You park
Yeah,
streets over, and your shit's on cinder blocks within an hour.
yeah. So it's more heterogeneous when it comes to like I guess how the just wealth distribution is and everything. It's not like New York where the neighborhoods are more like homogeneous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they still have neighborhoods like right next to each other, like nice neighborhoods right next to the
Yeah.
poor neighborhoods. So it still could be a street over, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where like what side of what road are you on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Baltimore, we still have like we have this more like kind of quaint like architecture and stuff when it comes to a lot of our buildings.
I don't give a shit.
Well, you should.
I'd ask you to explain why, but I don't give a shit, John.
Explain why, John.
Because they have quaint architects and engineers.
Yeah.
What about it is quaint, John? What makes
What about
it
it's so
fucking
fucking
quaint?
Look at some of those old like townhouses or whatever. Like we're not tearing down a lot of our old homes and stuff and rebuilding them with a lot of the more modern kind of utilitarian architecture, which is all gray and boring and up. It's like
So you're telling me you've got a bunch of 100-year-old run-down ramshackles all through your state? John.
not state city, but
City.
only in the poor areas. In the wealthier areas, there's a lot of maintenance and
I rest
we
my
make
case.
sure that they're
Well, that's like Baltimore. There's always historic parts of the cities. They still have cobblestone streets in parts of historic Philadelphia. It's a pain in the ass. I hate driving on cobblestone streets.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
they
they're
look
nice,
pretty.
though. They are
They're
nice.
nice looking, but they're not nice to drive on.
You know, New Orleans got cobblestone streets. Some of them.
Do you have to drive on them?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's a nightmare.
New Orleans is a good city, too.
Well,
Well,
Alright.
New Orleans is getting engulfed underwater. One of the big issues of that state.
there'll be a sunken city soon.
Yeah.
One of these days it will happen. But what do you expect? They built it like it was so stupid how they put that city there. I mean,
Well, there's no way for them to anticipate that. There was no way of them to know initially.
well, yeah, but they figured it out.
Well, yeah, like when the sea levels are rising and they understand the environmental science and stuff. So what are you going to do? Move the city?
Yeah.
Where?
That's happening in a lot of cities around the world where they've been there for hundreds of years before they had any concept of rising sea levels.
Not move the city, just move.
Yeah, where's move?
They need to just put the city on wheels and move it.
But yeah.
There's an episode of SpongeBob where it's like, let's just take the city and move it somewhere else. And they just push the city to a different part of, what was it, Bikini Bottom? They need to do that. Everyone needs to go to the end of the town and just push.
Oh, by the way, because we got what, 15 minutes. I did want to talk about this. I learned just today. They're remaking Roadhouse, the movie Roadhouse. It starred Jake Gyllenhaal and what's the Irish UFC fighter's name? I forget it. He fought for Mayweather. He's gonna
Conor McGregor?
Yeah, Conor McGregor is going to be in Roadhouse.
Give us your belt.
Wasn't Chuck
He's,
Norris
but
originally?
no, Patrick Swayze.
Have you seen the Flash Gits cartoon? With
Nope.
oh my fucking god! Seriously,
Nope.
you would have got the reference to "Give us your belt."
Yeah.
It's a cartoon with old mate, and Joe Rogan's in it too, and it's funny as fuck. Very dark at the end, but very funny.
Those guys are
Col-
creative.
He goes around collecting belts. Give us your belt. And starts boom, 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 just beats the shit out of people. Takes their belt.
What was this cartoon that was on the internet forever that was real violent? What was that shit?
Happy Tree Friends.
Happy Tree Friends. I miss this shit. That was pretty good.
I think they actually released it on like Netflix or Nickelodeon or something, and they got rid of all the graphic content. So it's still slapstick, but without all the guts. And it's like, what's the point of even
Not
doing
as
that?
good. Not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was another one I used to watch too, with that squirrel, and had the
Foamy the squirrel.
Foamy the squirrel. Yeah, that was funny as shit, man. That was funny.
What about Salad Fingers?
I don't remember that one.
That's a good old internet cartoon you should watch.
Yeah.
There's two animation channels on YouTube that I love, and it's Flash Gits, and the other one is Meat Canyon. And if
Of
you haven't
course.
watched any of Meat Canyon stuff, fucking go check his channel out. And Flash Gits, if you like Warhammer stuff, Flash Gits have got some of the funniest fucking Warhammer shit. It is fucking great. They have the knights, their little Templar knights, and they're fucking funny as fuck. So check those dudes out.
Meat Canyon is like absurd. He'll take something, bright and happy, like the McRib,
yeah.
and then he'll turn that into a horrific
Chester
body
Cheetah.
horror.
What about the Chester Cheetah cartoon? That one's fucked up. This is like,
They're all
whoa.
horrible, mind warping, and they're designed to make you feel uncomfortable, and they do.
Yeah, just the voices. He gets right into the mic and he starts going, I want you to put me inside you. Things like that. Gets right up in the mic and just like that voice that it crawls inside your fucking head, and you start going, oh man, is he in my house? It's fucking great.
Have you seen
Yeah.
his original stuff?
Yeah, I've watched a lot
The
of
Monster Lab.
Yep, love it.
So let's see here. I forget. Spoiler alert. Who was God? Who played God? It was. I'm like 90% sure in my brain. I remember it being like the face of Steve Harvey, but the voice of Gilbert Gottfried.
I forget. It's just so many
Sounds
things.
pretty
Like
uncanny.
he's like Warner Brothers Bugs Bunny one was one of that. That's just fucked up as well. That's like what?
Every single one of them.
Yeah, the way he draws all of the characters, it's just like it's this alternate universe of where everything is melting and fucked up. Basically, it's just decrepit, decaying. Oh yeah, I love Meat Canyon stuff. It's fucking great, and Flash Gits as well. Incredibly talented, creative folks. Those dudes, like, they amaze me with their creativity. They just come up with an idea and then make stuff that's incredibly funny, and they do it in like episodes each month. Actually, they pump out some old stuff too now. So Flash Gits, Meat Canyon. If you like some animation, check them out.
I want to see Raisins and Meat Canyon.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, I see a few people in chat know what I'm talking about.
Man,
Excellent.
fuck those idiots.
Whoa.
Oh, chat's been awesome tonight. They've not been talking as much, but there's been a lot of cool people in chat. What's up,
Not
Brad?
really. Not really. None of them are cool.
They
Well, the
are.
problem is, like, August and 006 Mickey Richards, they've been coming to my streams. Gage and Vlad have been, like, MIA recently, so I think we got to put them on blast.
How about narcissism?
Vlad alone.
John
What?
always makes it about him.
Well, it's
Doesn't
not
matter which one you gotta be
narcissism.
on, Vlad, on a Saturday morning. You got to tune into the Gene stream midnight.
Yeah. We go from midnight to sometime for 7 hours later.
Wait.
But apparently people want us to stream earlier, so we're thinking of moving it back to
7
like
hours.
9 a.m. Yeah,
I
occasionally.
can't remember a time we've gone 7 hours. It might be the longest stream we've ever done.
Yeah.
It might have
We
been
u-
1 7 hour shit show.
The shortest we do is like 3 hours, but
Sure.
sometimes we'll go on for like 6-7 hours.
That's ridiculous.
I was on recently, and after about the 3.5 hour mark, I just went, you know what,
Oh,
guys? I'm going to go down and get some pizza, catch you later, and just bail.
Well, you
He
get
covered-
2 hours out of me. Everybody, I piss Ben off all the time about this shit. Yeah, you get 2 hours out of me, I'm gone.
Yeah,
Well,
I
with
watch
Red Eye-
Cat regularly. It's like, what's Pimp doing sleeping? It's like, hold on, that's from 5 years ago. Where's his beard gone? Pimp, what happened? Someone stole your beard. It's like, calm down, that's just Sleep Monk. That's Sleep Monk.
No, but with Red
Yeah,
Eye, we
yeah,
covered how like the nuns or population's declining in the U.S., and we covered
Yeah.
how in Burma the government's sending people into villages to burn down the villages and to kill a bunch of people.
Oh, so you bringing the
Yeah.
joy. Okay, I understand.
Yes, we cover
Yeah.
some very uplifting stuff that's going on all around the world
Hey,
for several
John.
hours.
No, I like
Tell
what you
It's
cover,
not
actually.
depressing
Let's-
anymore.
I want to advertise one of John's upcoming episodes that I made the suggestion for. We're going to look at assassinations and the methods that they use, like the flying Ginshu bomb, i.e. the Hellfire missile that has the boom removed, and they just put big fucking samurai sword blades on it and then shoot it at cars. And they've used it unofficially. I thought it was 4 times. No, it's 11 times you guys have assassinated people with the flying Ginshu bomb.
You should
It's basically-
cover.
It's awesome.
And since you like covering that serious shit, by the way, I do like a lot of the topics you cover. Because I do have a serious side too. I mean, anybody who ever watched the old Pimpmunk show knows that, by the way, because I had some very serious shows. I'll talk about that in a minute, but like, I think you should probably cover the shit that's going on in Bangkok, the child sex trade shit up in Bangkok.
Yeah, that's a hard one to talk about on the tube because they kind of like to go. "Whoa."
But that shit should be exposed. As
Oh,
much
absolutely.
As possible. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I watched some shit about that the other day. But anyways, I mean, I used to do some, like, I don't think you were watching back then, John, but I used to, on the Pimpmunk show, well, I actually I did one episode that was the hardest thing I've ever done on the internet.
That episode is, I believe, what you're going to refer to as the episode is the reason that I'm still around.
The sexual assault episode.
Yep, that episode changed my shit forever, and
It was the hardest episode I've ever done. It was the hardest thing I've ever done on the internet. Because I mean, there was nobody who wasn't crying.
there
Because
was a lot of impact. That had a lot of impact.
it was because it was raw. It was victims of rape, survivors being raw and real. I mean, it was real.
That should still be on your channel, shouldn't it? Or did that get nuked? when they took
I'm
one
not
of the channels
sure.
down?
It'd be way back, but yeah.
Let's go and have a fucking look see because
I even told my story, and it was one of the first times I publicly went deep into what happened to me and stuff. And then we had other people on there, and it was
that show was in September of 2016.
Something like that. Yeah, it was rough. I was proud after it did, but getting through it was really hard because I was listening not only to my story, but I was listening to the other stories being told, and it was deep. And some people got mad about it. There was a certain person that raised and seen me get up in their face got mad about it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got mad.
Wait, now, Mickey Richards, you said you'll watch for 45 minutes and you'll give it a like. What you should do is have it open in another tab and have it playing in the background. That way, there's more time spent on the video.
The point was, I do like some of the topics you cover, and like tonight, the last time I was on the show, I was only there for a short period, but I enjoyed talking to you. I was the only one talking to you because the rest of the dumbasses didn't know.
Yeah, dirt.
Hey man, look, y'all are having a good conversation. I was there for and
then when I left, I had about 10 people message me. Well, that show sucks after you left.
All right, here's the bad news. Your shows go back 2 years.
Yeah.
That's Morningwood from about 2 years ago. Then there's one from 9 years ago that's just titled "Don't Fuck with the Pimpmunk." Now I don't know. You might have them stashed and hidden away because the algorithm was making you do that a while back and you had to sort of remove a bunch of stuff to. I'm going to suggest something, an archive channel where you can upload that stuff to an archive channel that doesn't directly affect Pimpmunk channel. So there's an idea. I'll leave that out there and we'll see if we can make that happen and see what we can find. Because some of those shows, the Pimpmunk show, the streams you organised with panelists when Show was around, they're worth keeping and archiving because there was some pretty good stuff talked about.
And I did all that too. By the way, I was the ones that did the topic. All that was all me. So I know how to. I do know how to run a show. And all that shit was me. And the last episode we did was the very last episode was real life superhero. We had them on the show too, guys that actually walked around and put the superhero outfits. And shit.
That was a good one.
Like the Phoenix Jones guys.
Yeah.
They were for real too. It was hilarious.
Oh, they were about it.
They had a couple of dudes. They were legit. They had the fucking costumes. They had gear, and they'd go out and patrol. And it's just like, damn.
Yeah, that one guy we talked to, he was he didn't actually, he didn't try to get involved in the crime. What he did was report.
Yeah.
So he was
what a lot of
smart,
them do.
but the other guy said he got involved a couple times. So,
Yeah, you got to stay on the right side of the law. Vigilantes, the police don't really need, some.
no.
They take a dim view of vigilantes, I think. Yeah. Don't be a vigilante.
Fair warning: when you roll up to the scene, I'm dressed as a superhero, so I'm not the perp.
Well, here's the real question that needs to be asked tonight. John Morgan.
What's that?
Are you looking forward to She-Hulk Attorney at Law?
Yeah. Out of all the shows that are available to watch, that's one that I'm most anticipating.
Is this a comedy or is it supposed to be serious or what is this being billed as? Before I pass judgment, because if it's going to be done tongue in cheek, there could be some really. It'd be funny as fuck if it was a comedy and she's like mid trial, she just doesn't get away and Hulk's out and throws the fucking judge.
No, I think it's going to be serious. I think there's a comedy aspect to it, but it's not like tongue-in-cheek slapstick shit. It's not that. It's not like
It's like Doom Patrol or like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's like it's a comedian like action adventure series, I guess.
I want.
I have no interest in watching this show, by the way.
Yeah, me too. It's like it just looks really. The CG looks really bad. When I saw the trailer, like that's the big thing. When it shows her with the CG, it looks very amateurish. Like it dates back to the early 2000s.
Who's making it?
It's on Disney
Marvel,
Plus.
Disney.
Disney Plus. They've got a lot of money, so if they're cheaping out on at Disney, if they're doing that, that's in Disney's cheaping out on CG. Really? That's an interesting little. Well, no, if someone's taking the time to say it looks like it's from fucking 2000, that's not good. I'll have to look and see what's going on. Disney would shitty because they make fucking Star Wars now, and they Mandalorian and all of these other series. They've been pretty solid.
In my opinion, I don't know for sure because I haven't.
Could be a different studio.
I haven't seen the show, and I don't know. But I think since woke culture's taken over TV, this is the kind of shit they're producing.
Oh, woke culture may be even taking over at Grand Theft Auto at Rockstar Studios. Apparently, the people that are responsible for all of the good GTA games that we know and love, they're gone. And now the people that were there are making changes. And I spoke to Shabisky about this the other night. I'll touch on it. There was a DLC or a content pack or whatever you want to call it released called Cops and Criminals in Grand Theft Auto. That disappeared. There was supposed to be multiple parts to it, and part one came out, and then after a while it went very, very quietly, just went and was removed from the game. And you might ask yourself, well, why would the people at Grand Theft Auto do that? Why would Rockstar do that? The people that made Manhunt, which is the most violent fucking game I've ever seen, I stopped playing that game because I was just like, this is too brutal. It makes no sense. Game. This is just gratuitous violence for the sake of no, and I stopped playing it. And they made Bully. They removed that because of what happened with George Floyd. So that's the first sign of something going on at Rockstar. There's a big change in management for them to actually give a shit about public perception. Their whole gimmick has been create fucking and because that gets them on the news, and that's why they've sold more games than just about any other fucking company on the planet. Grand Theft Auto is one of the most successful franchises. Create drama, get free advertising on major news networks. Now they're removing content because it might offend people.
Well, with the SJW thing,
change.
A lot of it is because everyone has a platform. Everyone has a Twitter and a Facebook. It's like if beforehand, like in the 90s and the 2000s, people could release edgy stuff and get a lot of attention. Maybe CNN would be like, oh, this is vulgar, blah, blah, blah. But if like one or two random people were triggered, they didn't have that outcry. Yeah. But now that small percentage of people, they can get on Twitter and make a big deal about it. And then a bunch of people jump on the bandwagon that have never even played it. And it's like that's the problem. Beforehand, it's like people who would be offended by that stuff would just stay away from it. They wouldn't even buy a game called GTA. Now it's like they can get a bunch of people together, like thousands, even millions of people who have no interest in the content, haven't even spent any time playing it, and they can all speak out against it and fuck it up for everyone else.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, it's the way it is with TV and stuff now too. I mean, the show. I mean, TV is in the last year or two has been producing a lot of shit. I mean, and for the last 20 years, I would say TV's been better than movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, been in a golden age of television.
Yeah, we did. Literally, the last 20 years has been the golden age, in my opinion. Because, like, you know, and it all started with like Oz, right? It's HBO's the one that really changed TV, I think.
Sopranos.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but that came after The Sopranos and Oz.
Yeah.
Oz was the first real show that really changed things, right? If you ever see Oz, it's a great show.
I haven't seen Oz. That's not one that I've heard come up a lot. And
that's a fucking phenomenal show, dude.
I feel like people started taking shows more seriously when they started getting big name actors, like when Kiefer Sutherland pretty much went solely TV and shit like that. Like,
yeah, well, yeah.
What? Oh, there's that. Who's the actor? He was in. Was it NYPD Blue or whatever, and he was also in Oz. The fucking what?
No, he was in. No, you're talking. He's special victim unit, SVU.
Yeah, SVU. That's And there's this fucking scene where the shower, dude. This is the craziest scene I've ever seen on a TV show. So it's a shower scene in a prison, and I'm like going,
you know what he's spoon to do?
What's gonna go on here? And the dude just basically starts going, and then you just see him slash this dude's fucking throat with his fingernails, right? But this is the best bit. Kills the dude. The dude's like, and then he starts just going. He chews his fingernails off and spits them down the drain. There goes the murder weapon, fucking gone. And then he walks off. Can't prove he did because he's got nothing that's capable of doing that wound.
And there's a famous rape scene in there where the dude spoons the other guy's asshole.
Yeah, there's just so many crazies. But that throat cut one was just one of the best takeout scenes I've ever. Because you don't see it coming. You think, how's he going to do? And he just goes, and the dude's like.
Yeah, I love Oz. Whoa. I love Oz. I think Oz was a great show.
Intense show.
Yeah, and then some people would say the greatest. Now, I personally think Sons of Anarchy is the greatest show of all time.
Oh, was that a different guy with the fingernail? Sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is. You're talking about a different scene, actually.
Well, what about The Wire?
Well, I was just about to mention that. That's where I was going. A lot of people consider The Wire the greatest show ever produced. A lot of
from Baltimore.
Well, it's an amazing show. It is in my top. It's definitely in my top 5. The Wire, and Sopranos, and Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad. There's a bunch of Better Call Saul's a badass show too.
Yeah,
I need to catch up with it. I do. I watched like season 4 and just stopped. Because I've got other shit going on.
Really good.
On the last few episodes.
Yeah, and and there was some great TV in the last one. Dexter. I mean, Dexter was amazing until the last season.
What about Mr. Robot and The Expanse?
iRobot, Mr. Robot. Yeah. But I lost interest in that show.
Dexter was good. I like the flashback scenes in Dexter where it focused on him as a kid and his dad training him. That was really interesting sort of.
But the last season of Dexter was horrible.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. I've only seen the good stuff.
It was horrible.
I thought the second half of Dexter had a lot of problems. Like the last episode was particularly terrible, but I don't know
I think after the 4th season, Dexter went down. What season did his woman get killed? Was it the 4th season?
The 4th season, and I thought it was just kind of very contrived how they gave him another love interest that could see past his killing. It just how many women can you find that?
Yeah, because that relationship between him and her was so interesting, right? In the first 4 seasons, that was amazing. And that season where she got killed was an amazing season, by the way. John Lithgow was fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was the best villain.
John Lithgow was fucking amazing in that show. Amazing. Which he's a great actor. He's a fucking tremendous actor. But he's just awesome. But he was so scary. He was a scary guy in that season.
That's the dude from Third Rock from the Sun, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that show.
Harry and Henderson.
Fucking really funny. Third Rock from the Sun was really fucking funny. There'd be the odd episode where they'd really have a serious narrative woven into it. But a lot of the shows were just fucking funny.
I enjoyed it.
The way the dude was basically used as a fucking two-way radio was hilarious. You just go, ooh, and start talking.
The greatest TV actor in history, one of the greatest. I won't say great, but I think, because he was so versatile, and I'm going to prove why. Carroll O'Connor. Carroll O'Connor was one of the greatest TV actors of all time. He was in All in the Family, right? The Archie Bunker, legendary character, and then he went into Heat of the Night, completely different, and was so amazing in that too. So Heat of the Night is a great fucking TV show. That was a great show. And so I think Carroll O'Connor may be the greatest TV actor of all time. I really do. You fuckers. Y'all know Carroll O'Connor?
I don't disagree. I've got nothing to disagree about.
Really? You don't know who Carroll O'Connor? You've never seen All in the Family? Archie Bunker?
Yeah.
Boy!
I had the intro to All the Family as my ringtone.
I'm sure
Archie
you
Bunker is one of the most legendary characters in TV history.
Very progressive.
Archie Bunker. I'm sure I'd recognize him if I seen him.
I tell you what, All the Family changed TV. It was an impactful show. It really was. I mean, it introduced George Jefferson to TV, right?
Yep.
And that in them episodes with George Jefferson and Archie Bunker are legendary because it was about racism.
Yeah, the Jeffersons was a spinoff of All in the Family.
Yeah, it sure was a lot of. It definitely was, and it's a great show. Both of them, I love the Jeffersons. Jefferson's great. I love that.
Same
Dirt,
errors.
Homework, Dirt. You gotta watch All in the Family.
You gotta watch All in the Family.
All the episodes are free on Crackle.
Yeah, y'all do it.
Freckles.
Y'all watch TV and shit in John Morgan's channel. John, show them some of that.
Yeah, I keep trying to expand their horizon. Like I tried to get them to watch Deer Hunter, and they all fell asleep twice.
Oh, that's I don't know how that happened. That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, and they fell asleep in the last 30 minutes.
I'll tell you how it fucking happened. You and Trubisky argued about goddamn
Well, blame him. That's
varicose
his fault.
veins.
He's the one that wanted to carry out the discussion, and
He was drunk.
But that movie is great. Man. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. The fucking Russian roulette scene is so intense. And that's a good show. That's a good movie to me. Good movie. Good movie. I love De Niro. De Niro's.
well, the
He's
next
so-
film on my watch list, everyone's saying, yeah, I gotta watch Prey. Apparently, Prey's really good.
They're saying it's really good. I heard it was really good. I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it, Dirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's all right.
apparently they mentioned the production value and stuff. Like a lot of the scenes, there isn't any dialogue, and it's a really good-looking film. So it's
We're
well
going
shot.
over.
everything.
We're over. We're already over. There's one thing I want to talk real quick. The most disturbing movie scene I've ever seen. It really was. I Spit on Your Grave rape scene.
Oh, those movies are fucked up.
No, the
Which
Revenge
one?
of the Bathtub was, I don't know, the whole thing was, that was a brutal movie. The original?
Dude, yes, every kill was fucking brutal in that movie.
Which one?
Right? I think I saw the more recent one.
Which movie? I'm talking about. You're
I
talking
Spit
about
on Your Grave.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. The recent one. Now I've seen both movies. They're both good, but the second one, the rape scene, that bothered me.
See, I was more bothered by the similar scene in Cannibal Holocaust, to be honest.
When they cut off his dick.
And I know people jump on me about this, but that damn show on Netflix, I can't think of what the name of it, but it's a suicide scene in it. It bothered the fuck out of me.
Oh, 13 Reasons Why? Yeah, that shit
Yes.
made me cringe.
That suicide scene bothered me. Now.
Anymore. That's out. They took it out.
Did they take it out?
As far as I know, they took it out. You can't see it anymore. If you didn't watch that shit when it was there, it's been removed.
Well, that scene was disturbing because
Anybody who's ever struggled, that scene hits like a fucking ton of brick walls.
it was
Wait,
heavy.
what scene is it?
Backlash.
It's where she killed herself. It's the scene
Yeah.
where she killed herself. 13 Reasons Why. Where she killed herself in she was in the bathroom, the bathtub.
There
But
was some like trite TV trope shit that went on with it, but at the same time, like there was an underlying thing that was going on with that they were dealing with. That show ripped up. So I had to deal with some shit after watching that.
I want to watch
I think
it.
I'm the one that recommended it to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, you were. Yes,
Yeah.
you were, actually. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. Because I honestly, I think the second season sucked and the third season when I get, but I honestly liked the first season. It dealt with some heavy shit, and that scene, I did drop my head because it was intense. It was very, very.
With my stomach, I felt like the same way I do when you're going over the edge of a roller coaster, like that stomach.
Yeah, it was like it made me. I cried.
Oh yeah.
It was intense, dude. It was intense.
What do you think of the show 6 Feet Under?
I love that show.
I love the shit out of that show, man.
Dexter was in that show.
Yep.
Dexter wouldn't, but the guy played.
Yeah, have you seen 6 Feet Under Dirt?
Nope.
It's a good show.
That's a great show.
I tell you a show that didn't last long that was on HBO that was fucking. I think it was like one season, maybe two. Carnival. That show was awesome.
I didn't watch that one. I had friends that did, but it was good.
They canceled it though, like quickly, and I'm like, what the fuck? I hate when they do that. When you get, that's the reason I usually wait till they and like have 4 or 5 seasons to watch the show, because I hate to watch one season and they don't bring it back.
Yeah, and they don't finish it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like they did Mindhunters right on Netflix, didn't bring it back.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck, man?
it. There's another show called I think it was The Travelers. It's where they send a bunch of agents back in time to fix things.
But I heard it was good. I haven't seen it.
Well, they canceled it after the 3rd season, and they didn't resolve anything.
There's another one on Netflix that the show something 8.
What is it? Sense8?
Yes, it was a pretty good show, but they canceled.
Yeah. See, I haven't gotten into that yet. That was on my to watch list.
And before we go, what's that one other show? Well, Genghis Khan was in it. Wasn't it?
I think it was just called Kong. Genghis
No,
Khan.
on Netflix. It was Marco Polo.
Oh yeah.
That was a good show. That was a really good show. Really good show.
I like Lily Hammer too. They came out with a lot of good stuff up front and then canceled it.
Yeah, Netflix sucks, man. They got really
off to a great start and then just flopped.
Anyways, Red Eye's dumb.
And I'm the greatest.
And it's time to go, folks. We went 15 minutes over.
Aww. Bonus
Little
beer.
special treat for you. For you. They knew who they are.
We were blessing them. All right, guys. Go ahead. What, John?
Yeah, I was going to say I agree with Billy Boy Blue. The worse, the better when it comes to effed up movies.
All right.
Well, there's some good bad movies. I mean, The Room was a good bad movie.
All right, everybody.
Velocipaster.
Pimp's got to go to TikTok to make some money now.
Yeah, it's true. All right, guys. I'll see you later. If you want to see a real celebrity, my celebrity side.
Watch my channel then.
If you want to see my celebrity
Go
side.
TikTok. I got 7.6 G subscribers. Come on over.
But it's true.
Oh no, I'm advertising for you, dude.
So you're making
Thanks
fun
for-
of me and it pisses me off.
You love it. See, you still
No,
smile.
wait, you tip now, Billy Boy, because actually I'm about to. You need to tip now, you son of a bastard. Anyways,
He's got his finger on the button.
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Adios.
I love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye bye.